I'm very excited because a good friend of mine, Jimmy Mook, has gotten me this Star Trek The Next Generation of Final Unity Collector's Edition. This is a CD-ROM game for DOS. Came out in 1995, which was just the year after the show's conclusion. I don't know a lot about this game. I know it's a point-and-click adventure game, primarily. It does have some, traditional Star Trek ship-to-ship combat, I believe. I've not played this before. I actually am very interested, and I do plan to play it soon. But I've been over just about the past 4 years, probably. I've really gotten into Star Trek, and I never really enjoyed it growing up. But something just flipped, and I started watching it about 4 years ago. I've watched all of TOS. I've watched almost all of The Next Generation. I have about 8 episodes left to go in the entire series at the recording of this video, and I've watched some Deep Space Nine as well, and I've really loved it, and now I think it's time just to dig into this because I really want to see what's in this box. I'll go ahead and cut the shrink wrap. Well, I guess I don't even have to cut it. It's already kind of starting to come off on its own. I'm gonna go ahead and unseal it, and before I open it, we will take a look at the box itself. But this is causing a little bit of a glare, so we'll get it off. And so as you can see, there's some cool stuff already. You can kind of see that the box here is not just a regular, PC big box as we call them these days. It's a plastic kind of, Star Trek themed box. We do have an LCD pin here. Now, I don't know if it's supposed to be displaying anything right now or not, but either way, I'm going to guess that the battery on this is probably out, even if there is, an on-off button. The battery's probably dead by now. But I know that this is supposed to be, this is designed after the emblem that Worf wears on his sash. So we will take a closer look at that in a minute. But we see here, so yeah, it's the collector box, individually numbered limited edition, a Final Unity poster. I'm guessing that's a picture of it, but we'll take a look. And on the back, just kind of, I don't know if you can tell, but this is artwork right here. These are not just, I'm sure it's artwork, where they kind of more or less traced the photos of the characters, but these are not just pure photos of the characters here. So we get, the LCD pin, collector box, poster, collect the series of collector's editions from Spectrum Holobyte. So my understanding is that no more of these actually ever came out. This is the only Star Trek game that got this kind of special treatment with this type of collector's edition. We see some screenshots here. We got some hype text. The crew is all here: Riker, Worf, Data, Troy, and of course Captain Picard. And it notes that we have the voices of the actors themselves. Now let's go ahead and open this up and take a look. I'm guessing, okay, we'll try. We'll go from this side, I think. I don't know. I think this side actually is going to be a little bit easier. Okay, it's all coming out in one piece. That's good. All right, so I'm guessing this. Okay, we'll take a look at this in a minute. I'm guessing this is probably the poster. But yeah, okay. Here is the LCD pin, and I would have to take a look. I don't know if this is something that, obviously we see some screws here. I'll kind of unscrew this off camera and see if it's a pin that we could presumably replace the battery for and see what it looks like. But yeah, it's just, a typical, well, not typical, but it is a pin that you could put on your shirt or something. And that would be pretty awesome, actually, if you could find a place, an excuse to wear this somewhere, especially if it really was working. But this has a nice weight to it. and it actually feels really well made. So that's awesome. Okay, yeah, it looks like I'm probably not going to be able to get this up and running for this video, unfortunately. So I use this small, I don't know the names of the sizes, but this very small button cell battery with a solder tab, and I don't know where to get one of these. I replace these frequently on Super Nintendo games, Game Boy games, and things like that, but not of this size. And after a quick search, I couldn't find any this size that have the solder tab that you evidently need for this. So, unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be able to get this up and running for this episode, because that would take a little while, and I honestly just kind of want to get this posted because I'm so excited about it. So, but anyway, that's what that's what the inside of this looks like if you were interested. But yeah, sorry, unfortunately I'm not going to get this one going probably this time. Here is the box. This is very cool. I don't know. So one thing that I've been trying to sort of figure out is how I'm going to display this. So because this super long box that we have isn't probably going to fit on a shelf, unless I kind of gave it its own shelf to itself. This also, I to kind of show you, this is obviously a little bit awkward shaped. I don't think it does it justice just to set this sideways on a shelf. So I might just have to kind of give this its own shelf because it is cool enough, or maybe just this part in particular. I don't know. I'm gonna have to. That's a first world problem for sure. But I have multiple options of how to. I could just display just this part because this looks cool enough on its own. I could put the whole box up there. I'm leaning towards displaying the whole box because I hate to leave out this and all the other stuff. So, but this is awesome. It's nice plastic material. I don't think, there's nothing on the back. Okay, well there is the number. So I got 3,558 out of 30,000. And let's see how this baby opens. I'm guessing, okay, it looks like, I'm gonna move this out of the way. It looks like the top just kind of comes off. Having a little trouble getting my fingernails in there. No? Is it not? Oh, here we go. Okay. Oh my gosh. Here's the reference manual. We'll come back and take a look at this in a second because this is pretty thick, as you can tell. I'm sure it's got some cool stuff. Yeah, it looks like it does. Red alert! If you experience any problems with Star Trek: The Next Generation of Final Unity, it may be due either to your memory manager or virtual memory. So just kind of a little troubleshooting guide here. Installation and loading guide. Just kind of like, most PC games had back then. Here's the CD-ROM. Let's go ahead and open this up. Can't find, here we go. Okay, of course, we got a hint line on the back, 95 cents per minute. And so this is not a manual in here. This is just a slip. Embark on an adventure beyond your imagination. So this is funny. I know this is extremely standard sort of PC game, the hype text right here. But for some reason, reading this really does make me want to check out this game even more. I know I'm just absolutely being suckered in. But, yeah, I do want to give this game a shot. So there's the disc. And let's see what else we got. Is this okay, the official strategy guide, 1999. Yep, you mail it off. And a registration card. So let's go ahead and take a look at this manual. Got table of contents, space, the final frontier. Before you begin, game overview. Welcome aboard, Captain. I love a good manual where the table of contents is multiple pages. We'll see if it has an index. Oh, it does. It has appendices. It has appendices. Any manual that has appendices or an index and or a multiple page table of contents excites me. Space, the final frontier. Welcome to the 24th century. You are about to embark on an adventure full of intrigue and not a little danger. With the help of your crew on the Starship Enterprise, Starship Enterprise, trademark. Picard, trademark. Riker, trademark. Worf, trademark. Data, trademark. LaForge, trademark. Crusher, trademark. And Troy, trademark. You will unravel an intergalactic mystery that spans millennia. There's a little kind of some starter advice for just getting going in the game. Welcome aboard, Captain. Okay, so let's just... I'm not going to read all of this manual, but let's read what the game is about. So the mission so far. Well, okay. Your first encounter finds you on the border of the Romulan neutral zone in a face-to-face confrontation with a hostile alien vessel. This section will provide an overview, blah, blah, blah. The mission so far. The USS Enterprise has responded to a distress call on the border of the Romulan neutral zone. After arriving at the distress call location, you find a small Garidian scout ship pushing its engines to the limit in an attempt to escape an unseen pursuer. When they notice your arrival, they send a garbled transmission saying they are fleeing and that they seek political asylum. Eventually, their engines shut down and they begin to drift. So, I don't know about you, but to me, that sounds like a classic Next Generation episode setup. It could not get more Star Trek TNG than that. Some more kind of just things about playing the game. It's about game settings. Probably don't need to spend too much time on that. Comms. So this is just kind of tells you how to do everything in game. Astrogation. So initiating interstellar travel. Navigating, things like that. Gonna kind of flip you through a little bit more quickly here. Yeah, tactical stuff. So yeah, that's the kind of what I was mentioning earlier. It is a point and click adventure game, but it also does have tactical elements. It seems like they at least really tried to capture the feel of a TNG episode with this. From what I'm seeing here. It's not an action game. But it's not just a point-and-click adventure game, because just like an episode of The Next Generation, it is heavily based on story and character interaction, but there is combat as well. So, again, I have not played this, but from here's engineering stuff, yeah. But from what it's showing me, they really, really try to make this not just a Star Trek game, but a game that feels like Star Trek, and it feels like an episode of Star Trek. Away missions. There's Dr. Crusher. I love Dr. Crusher. She is one of my favorite. I think so. I don't know. Tell me what you think. I think my favorite TNG character is Geordi LaForge. I would probably put Dr. Crusher second, and then Data. Then I'd put Data third. Those are kind of they've always been my favorite. Everybody on the show is great, pretty much. I kind of agree with the consensus that Troy's character is a little bit useless, but I still don't dislike her. I like everyone. It's just there are some that I like the least. I feel like I don't know if this is common opinion or not, because I don't really read a lot. I certainly know a lot of people think Troy doesn't really do much that's helpful in the series, but I also kind of feel like Riker was heavily underused, just as a character. He has a couple great episodes, but overall, I don't feel like his character never really stood out. It was I felt like he's the only one where we were more told he was supposed to be an important character than shown. Again, there are a few exceptions to this, especially the one where he is like an exchange student on a Klingon ship, more or less. That's a great one. There are a few others, but he's one that I just didn't feel was ever very well developed. I don't. Maybe that makes me. Maybe that's blasphemous to say. I don't know. But anyway, Geordi, Crusher, and Data are my favorites. I think that. Oh no, we got to still look. We got to still look and see what's in this. I'm certain this is the poster because we haven't seen one yet. I don't know if that's all this is though. Let's see. Oh, this is on some nice cardstock artwork created by Bill Aiken. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce his name, especially for Star Trek: The Next Generation of Final Unity. And there you go. So this is just the box art, but it looks really good. Again, I like how it's on kind of a high quality page. Like you could almost kind of frame this. I like how it's got a border. I like how it's on a nice quality paper. And I also like this is actually artwork. And I mentioned that it was probably traced or something earlier. I'm going to take that back. I think I don't think I'm giving Mr. Aiken enough credit here. I'm just going to assume that this is just directly hand drawn art, which looks fantastic. Yeah, but anyway, I think that's going to do it for this unboxing of a Final Unity. Super awesome stuff. I do hope to play the game sometime soon. It was really not on my radar at all until Mook got this for me. And now I'm just kind of like, I have to check it out. I grew up liking point and click adventure. I grew up loving point and click adventure games. I did not grow up loving Star Trek, as I said, but I do now. And so I want to see what this is all about. So thank you so much, Jimmy Mook. Check out Mook's channel. He's got a YouTube channel of his own, youtube.com/@Jimmy_Mook4492. He does a lot of trading card stuff on his channel. Not just sports cards, some sports cards, but he does a big mix of stuff. He did Cardsmith's Mega Man X cards recently. He opened a couple boxes of those. And that's kind of what he primarily does over there, with some video game stuff mixed in as well. So go check out his channel. And thanks again, Mook. I really appreciate this. This is one of the coolest. This is genuinely one of the coolest pieces of my collection now. So thank you so much. And thanks everybody for watching.